this over just a second.
Live stream. Trying to make sure we're in the right one.
Hello, everybody.
Let's see. Go to my channel. Go to my channel. Yeah, it looks like it. We should be. Yep. And we're in. And we're live.
Hello, everybody.
And welcome to live version of Awkward Chats tonight.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, we're just getting a couple things set up. This is the first time using this new setup, so we're just making a couple changes.
So, in theory, we should be able to see any comments on our personal devices that are down here in front of us because we are live streaming on the tablet, and the tablet is way over there. So,
Yeah. All right.
that is hopefully the goal, is so we can see anybody who comes in, we can chat, and we can actually see the chat here because it is way over there. As you can see, here is live from the bedroom. We did our last live stream, I think, was New Year's Eve, and we had a really great time, and we figured we haven't live streamed in a few months.
Yeah.
And we really needed to do a podcast. So we wanted to bring you guys with us for the live podcast hangout.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
All right. Everything looks good.
So, without further ado, I guess we'll get started with awkward chats for this month.
For March 2026.
It is this month. We're in the month of March.
Yeah. So, what you been up to?
We thankfully have been off for the last 3 weeks, give or take. And it's been nice. We went and did some work on our storage unit. I actually have been busy making bracelets because I also bought tickets to go back to the Sphere later this year in August to go see the Backstreet Boys again. This time we're going to be in general admission, so I'm really excited because I'm going to get really close to the stage, like as close as I possibly can get to the stage. And I've never been that close for a Backstreet Boys concert ever. So I am really excited for that. And to prepare for it, I decided to make friendship bracelets for when we go to the concert so I can hand those out. So I've been making those. What about you?
We've been getting back into retro gaming a little bit, so we got the Plants vs. Zombies Reimagined. That was fun. We actually re-downloaded that, and I've been playing that a little bit, and that's been fun. I mean, we played it a long time ago back on, I think, the PlayStation 3 is when we had it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been fun sort of like replaying that and just enjoying that whole experience again. I love the Zen Garden. You gotta love your cattails. You
Yeah,
know.
he really likes the cattails in that game. We kind of have similar strategies when we're setting up our playing field,
Kind of, yeah.
but we have very big differences sometimes too.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
It's just it's like fun to watch somebody else's strategy on a game, and then you're like, wait, but I think I could also do this.
If you've ever played it, you basically have the main characters, which is like the sunflower gives you light, and then you have a variety of like shooting guys, and then you have some different like catapult people and stuff, and you have special characters, and so it's just like a hodgepodge of like what do you think's gonna work best,
Mhm.
and working through that.
And lately we've been doing the survival round.
Yeah, we beat it already on the first thing. Now we're doing the Adventure Plus, and we're working on the survival stuff. So it's kind of like playing those 2 games now and just kinda working through it.
And survival last night was hard. We were on it was survival hard,
Yeah.
and we got like they have these massive giant, I don't know, whatever you call them, bosses? I guess they're probably a boss.
I think they're called,
They're like gargantuan.
yeah, something like that, they're
Like
like
they're almost like
big
a
trolls,
boss
like they're a zombie
level.
troll, yeah,
Yeah. And they
and
have
they
like a
carry a
guy
little guy on the
on
back,
their
yeah.
back that they chuck at you,
Yeah.
and they basically like smash through all of your shit, and it's stressful.
It's
I
stressful.
did lose, but I went back and I rebuilt my field and I was able to beat them.
Yeah.
I don't like doing fog or the roof. So if you've ever played that game, you kind of know like there's like a daylight one, there's a nighttime one, there's one that has like a pool in the middle. So you have to build lily pads in order to have things in the pool. And then there's a fog one, which also has the pool, but it's like the night version, but you also have this added element of fog. And then there's a rooftop level where you have to plant pots in order to plant your plants. So again, an extra level of hardness. And
Mhm.
then who's
Yep.
after the roof? Is that it?
Through it, then you play
Okay,
the
the roof
big
is it.
Zomboss guy, and that's kinda it. And then you get, like, bonus levels where they have, like, day, night now. So they have one that wasn't in the first one where it goes from day to, like, overcast, so it's, like, a new sort of, feature of the game.
You have limited sunlight.
Yeah, so you kinda, like, lose the free sunlight that you get. So that's fun, we haven't really played that that much, we still got that to go through.
I think one day, once we get our stuff built outside in our storage thing, which we don't have a whole lot of updates on that, but we'll get to that. I think it'll be cool for us to actually stream us gaming and live streaming at the same time. So that's kind of like a future idea of
Yeah,
us playing some retro.
we have the tech to do it because we got it in
Mhm.
Las Vegas, we just haven't actually done it yet.
It's kind of hard, as you can see. This is the space we have to work in right now.
Yep,
We're doing the best we can.
yep.
So, yeah, so that's fun. It's been a
Yeah,
fun
I
week.
I actually love Plants vs. Zombies, it's
And
awesome.
then we went to the storage unit and we were trying to find an old game we used to play, which was Rainbow Six Vegas, which is crazy. Like, we love that game before we had ever been to Vegas, obviously, because we went to Vegas 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And we played this game probably 10, 15 years ago, something like
Early
that.
2000s, so yeah, probably about 15 years.
We went and picked up a PlayStation 3 from storage, and we need to find a power cord for it because we didn't get the right power cord. We may have to reorder it, but we did get Rainbow Six. So I'm excited to play that one when we come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if our controllers are gonna work because it's a PlayStation 3 controller, and they haven't been charged in a while, so we've gotta make sure those work. But hopefully, as long as they work, we got, like, 6 controllers, so
It's like
hopefully it'll
rolling the
work.
dice when you
Yeah.
take out old tech. You're like, is it gonna work or is it not gonna work?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so he bought that. And I don't think the PlayStation 5 has backwards capabilities. So,
I don't think so, we should try to put it in, I guess, yeah, we do have the
yeah,
PlayStation 5.
we
I
can
don't think
try.
it'll work, though, but it's worth a shot.
And worst case scenario, we do have a PlayStation 4 somewhere in the storage unit.
Mhm.
But yeah, we're probably gonna have to just buy a new power cord.
Yeah, probably.
That's okay.
Oh, well.
And we're also getting ready to go on another trip.
Yeah, we leave for LA, this weekend.
Mhm.
So we will be heading back to LA, and we still gotta figure out what to do when we get there.
Mhm.
This time we're going in the morning. Last time we went at night, and it just wasn't really for us. We got there so late,
Mhm.
and then by the time we had to our hotel was out in Santa Clarita again, so we had to go all the way out there, and it was just like 2 hours from the airport, and with traffic, it can be even longer.
Mhm.
So it just wasn't that fun. So now we're going in the morning, and we have to figure out something to do during the day, and we're not really sure what that's gonna be. We let the, Six Flags passes go, but we might do that and go to Knott's Berry again.
So we'll take you guys down that trip with us about whether or not we should renew our Six Flags Knott's Berry passes because Boysenberry Festival is going on or just started, and we were just talking about that before we went on the live. So I'm like, let's talk about it on the live. So maybe you guys can help us decide if we should get passes, but let's just be honest here, we're probably leaning towards the side of getting passes again.
Yeah, because 'cause we're actually gonna be out in California for, like, 2 months almost straight, so we'll need to do some stuff, and, that's
It's
fun.
such a chill park to just, like, go and walk around, and
Well, I
there's
love Knott's, but I also love Six Flags Magic Mountains too. It's really fun out there as well, and that's right across from where they normally put us if we stay out there again.
Mhm.
We don't know where we're gonna stay yet, but, if they put us out there, it's right across the road, so it's a nice little Uber jaunt over for me every
And
day.
we have plans to hopefully make it to Carowinds this year, which is also in the what
Six Flags brand, yeah.
yeah, that whole Six Flags buyout thing. Cedar Point, I think, is the main conglomerate, but they're in there, and we also wanna try and go to Dollywood, which isn't included in that.
Dollywood just opened, I think last weekend or this week,
Mhm.
because they were showing pictures with Dolly there, and she's walking through the park underneath their, like, banners that they put up every year it opens up. It's really cool.
Mhm. They do, like a lot of theme parks nowadays are also doing food festivals, which I find absolutely fascinating, and, like, Knott's has a food festival. I think Six Flags has tried to do food festivals. They're not great, but they are trying. And then you've got Universal does their food festival with Mardi Gras, which we just did, which we'll talk about,
Yeah, we'll be talking about that in the awkward chats.
and SeaWorld does, like, a food festival. They do a couple
They
different.
did, yeah. Yeah, we saw that when we were there over the summer. They had a food festival going on.
And yeah, so a lot of theme parks now seem to be doing more food festivals, which is really kind of fun.
Yeah, agree. It gives you another opportunity and something to do while you're there, so it's always fun. So this awkward chats we're gonna be talking about our life in Tallahassee because that was a very long time ago. We're
Mhm.
gonna start out with talking about D23 a little bit because we got our D23 package again, so we'll talk about that. And then we're gonna talk about some Reddit finds that Nacy's found that she thinks are interesting and is gonna share with us. And then we also have the East Coast versus West Coast Gordon Ramsay restaurants
Mhm.
because now we visited a few on both coasts. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
and
talk
we've
about
got
that.
opinions.
Opinions, yeah.
We have opinions. Are they facts? Probably not, but they are our opinions.
I don't know. We'll be talking factually about what happened. So there's some facts. I don't.
I mean, they're opinions. Okay,
All right,
well,
so we're gonna go on to D23 first. Now, the funny thing is, we used to actually get this at the end of the year,
mhm,
but we actually canceled that one and then resubscribed because whenever you subscribe to D23, that's when they're gonna send out the packets.
mhm,
So if you subscribe in like January or February, you're gonna get it right when it's released. But ours was in October, so we would have to wait all the way till October to get it, and everyone would basically have it by the time we got it. It's really weird, but just know that ahead of time. There's a legit tip for you. If you're looking to get it when it's released, subscribe in either January or February to D23.
they also changed D23 subscriptions as well. It used to be it was a completely separate modality from anything Disney, and I believe last year when you signed up for Disney Plus, they gave people who were in a certain tier of Disney Plus a free year of D23 last year, which I thought was kind of weird. And then they also did different tiers last year, which was also really weird. So they had, I think it was 3 different tier levels, and those tiers determined how much
Swag you got?
swag you got from D23. We didn't touch anything and just left it to whatever it was we were paying, and we're still in that same plan, which I believe is $100 a year. Now, you used to get magazines.
Yeah, which is very disappointing. We actually found some of the old magazines at the when we were cleaning out storage. They're so much fun. They had like Disney pictures.
Mhm.
The articles were just Disney PR stuff, but they were fun reads. And like the pictures were really good.
It was, like, a really good quality paper.
And like it was just really fun seeing those magazines again. Now they're online, but it's
Mhm.
just not the same and they have to like log in to see them and
Like, you wanna, like, tangibly touch
I mean,
something.
also, like, what are you paying for too? Like, they keep cutting it back, and you'll see when we get to it. It looks like it's less this year than it's been, and they
Mhm.
kind of keep shrinking the swag too.
Sure.
So like, it's just it is what it is, I guess.
So, let's start with the envelope of goodies, and then we'll end it with
With this
what's
bad
in the
boy.
big box.
Yeah,
So every year you always get like a folder like this. This has not changed at all,
I
one
like the
bit.
colors, the purple and the red.
And every year they kind of change a little bit.
It's kind of fascinating. Last year
We
it
got a
was
coupon book.
70th anniversary, wasn't it? And there wasn't really much there, 70th anniversary. This one doesn't really reference that either. And I get the D23 is different from Disney itself, but like still.
So we got a Pluto D23 magnet, which I do like these. They were selling these separately in the Disney store, and you had to have a D23 membership to buy the exclusive D23 magnets. And this year they actually included it in the package. That's really nice. We have like 3 or 4 D23 magnets, which remind me a lot, like if you feel the quality, they remind me a lot of the pass holder magnets that they used to give out at
Oh
the
yeah.
parks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean it's
then
bigger, but yeah, it's like the same thickness.
they cheaped out on that too, but that's another story for another day. So then we got a $25 off any D23 event, which is nice. Last year they gave us like a whole coupon book, which gave us like discounts at hotels and like different
And the property too.
yeah, it was like different stuff at like Disney Springs and downtown Disney. I'm gonna be honest, we didn't use a single one, but it was cool that
Yeah.
they gave it to us. Every year you get a different D23 gold membership card. And this year they actually put like Mickey on it, which you
Cool.
can see. And they all like have like an expiration date on the back. And it says I've been a member since 2019. Since 2019.
Huh.
Yeah, which you bought it for me for Christmas before we left to go to New York. Back in 2019, y'all.
Yeah.
Back in 2019. Okay, next up, we have a D23 Gold Member 2026 official pin. It's pretty big. She's a pretty big pin. It's Mickey kind of like running over the globe, which is cute, but it's okay. I'm not really like blown away by it though. And then we got exclusive D23 Loracana cards. So if you play Loracana, this will be cool to you. I did not open this to see. We have one that's the Mad Hatter. See if I can. But it looks like there's 2 cards in here, so let me see if the other. No, it's just a Loracana. Go buy your Loracana. You get 1 card, but go buy your Loracana. And it's not even like a legendary or anything.
It just says D23 at the bottom,
Yeah, it
doesn't it?
just says
Yeah.
D23. I
It's
mean, it is
D23 exclusive.
sparkly. It is kind of like sparkly, but we'll have to put that in some sleeves. Next up, we have a thank you for being a D23 member, how to access your membership, yada yada yada. And then I got the official D23 certificate with my name on it, signed by the mouse himself.
Mouse himself.
The mouse himself. That's what I did. So yeah, so that is what was in our folder from D23. Now, this is what came in the box. Last year, I have to say, last year we got a really cool plaque that says, welcome to all who come to this happy place, which is the sign that's like right before you go under the train in both Magic Kingdom and Disneyland,
Famous Walt Club.
which we thought was really cool. But this year we got a figurine. Also, was it last year that they gave out those figurines, or was it the year before? I think it was the year before, where there were like it was like Genie and Mama Odie. They were like a better Funko.
No, they were just kind of like a statue. It was Genie, Mama Odie. I want to say,
And that was the first year they changed it too. Like they made like a mystery package.
yeah,
We didn't like that because you didn't know what you were gonna get, and there were like four there was like 20 different pens, and you got a selection of 4 of those pens.
yeah. And there was 4 statues. Well, this was your gold, so I imagine there's platinum and stuff now too.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's why Mickey.
which is really cute. It's Sorcerer Mickey, and he's on, like, the water, and then on the back, it says D23. You probably can't see that detail very well, but it says D23 back here, and honestly, he's super cute. He's kinda heavy.
Yeah, he looks nice, and he's got some weight to him, so it's a nice statue.
He's a big boy.
It kinda reminds me of, when they had the anniversary one and we got, like, a gold Mickey.
Oh, yeah. I remember
It was,
Boysenberry.
it was during COVID, I believe.
Yeah.
Right when they came out with the statues in the parks in Orlando.
And then, like, we were kind of upset because we're like, "Oh, like, D23, most of their events are just in California," and, like, we're never in California. Now we're in California all the time, we still have yet to go to a D23 event. Now that may change over the next month or 2, just depends on what events are happening, but I did see that they are doing another Walt Disney World Studios tour. They do those all the time for D23 members, and you can take an official tour of the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We've been to the outside many times,
Yeah,
seen
we
the
drove around
outside.
the outside. It's really cool. It's a really cool building. You can see it off of the freeway too if you
Yeah,
go
one of the
early.
coolest things is, like, they have Mickey heads, at
Mhm.
the top of, like, some of the posts and stuff, and then in the fence work too, you can see the Mickey heads. It's really cool.
So what do you guys think? Thumbs up? Thumbs up for the
Is that worth
D23?
$100 a year?
Right? Is this $100 worth
You
of
gotta think before that, we got the, Around the World pins, and they had, like, a
Mhm.
pin from each theme park, Shanghai, Orlando,
You would always get, like,
California.
7 or 8 pens every
Yeah, and now it's down to 1 pen, 1 cheesy Loracana card. Uh, yeah, it's a
It
nice
does
statue.
give you access to special D23 merchandise, and again, that does give you access to, like, D23 events. Again, we
But it's just like the parks, they just keep cutting corners.
yeah,
That's all I feel with Disney now, it's just, like, constantly cutting corners is my takeaway from the Disney.
correct. But it's okay. Maybe one day we'll go back. We've talked about it.
Yeah, we've talked at length about going back, and we just haven't been comfortable doing it yet.
There's a slight possibility that in October, perhaps, I may decide to do a VIP tour for birthday anniversary celebrations because October is kind of like a big month for us. And we've never done a VIP tour at Disney, and it is pricey. It is very expensive.
Yeah.
But you get to invite up to, I think, like 8 people, including, like, us 2, so I think it's, like, a max of 10 people, and so we would have, like, a very select group of our closest friends come come peruse the parks with us, but it's just an idea right now, we haven't really, like, really honed in on it. I have to write Disney and see how much it's gonna cost, and then from there, I'll make the decision because we still have to pay for accommodations and food and all of that stuff, so maybe, maybe. We'll see how the year goes. Next up,
What do you wanna talk about next?
what's on the list? I can't see it.
We went through it at the beginning of the show. Do you wanna talk about the Disney article you found? Since we're talking about Disney, we can talk about Disney, the Disney article.
Yeah, let's talk about that just a bit, which is why we haven't gone back to Disney. One of the reasons why we haven't really gone back to Disney World in particular. Disneyland is a little less strict about their reservations as Disney World. Like Disney World, you still have to make a park reservation if it's on the weekend for every park, which I think is a little outrageous. But basically, found this article. Within the article, they were talking about how Disney still feels very busy, which I think
Well, before we get too far into the article, so we found the article and then we actually went to like pull it for the podcast episode. Now we can't find it. We've searched high and low. We get a lot of like just generic articles where they're saying that the crowds are so busy and stuff. But if you look at the Disney numbers that they have to release to their shareholders, which is really the only truthful thing that Disney releases, everything else is PR spend. It's down. Park attendance is way down. The park's money is going down. Like they're not, I don't know if they're losing money yet, especially in America, but it's going down, and they were their big money makers.
Mhm.
So there are less people in the parks. You are paying more to go there, but there are less people in the parks now. But when you go, it still feels busy. Like we go to downtown Disney still, we go
Mhm.
to Disney Springs when we're in Orlando, and they still feel really busy, even though we can tell that it's lighter crowds, but it still just feels busy. And so we're like, How is this possible that there are less people in the parks and yet it's always feeling busy?" And so we read this article, and I don't even remember who it was by. That's one of the things. But we'll talk about some of the stuff we've seen inside the article, and feel free in the chat to debate or in the comments later on too.
So essentially, they have, and we kind of knew this was happening with the paid lightning lanes. So it's kind of it's like almost like a trifecta of things that are happening. So, one, Disney used to staff their park based on park reservations after COVID. Before COVID, park reservations were never a thing. Like, that was never a thing. And the only times that the park was ever at capacity was during like holidays, so like Christmas and New Year's. Those were really the two big.
And that was really it. I mean, for the 3 or 4 years we lived in Orlando, the only time it ever hit capacity was New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, and Christmas.
Mhm.
And even on Christmas, it wouldn't always hit capacity, just so you know. It was mostly New Year's that were the days that we would hit capacity.
And so when COVID happened, they introduced the park reservation system as what they said was a way for them to mitigate how many people would be coming into the park. And obviously, there was quote unquote like infection control thing so that people could be properly spaced out. Well, they took that even after COVID wasn't as big of a thing anymore in theme parks, and they just kept it for the longest time. I think it was only last year that they sort of relinquished a little bit of the park reservation system. So Disney would staff the parks in terms of janitors and ride operators and parade control. All of that was staffed based on how many people made park reservations that day. Now, what I always thought was weird was that park reservations could be gone for pass holders, um, but if you wanted to go buy a ticket that day, you could still buy a ticket and make a park reservation, which always kind of threw people for a loop. They were like, well, then it's not really at capacity. You're just making it capacity for pass holders. And that pissed a lot of people off. They ended up doing some litigation still out in California, and I think they're still kind of working through that. So they would staff based on whatever these park reservation numbers are. Well, what they're finding is that they're still staffing on the low side. So they don't have as many ride operators, they don't have as many janitors, they don't have as many parade control people essentially working. Same thing with entertainment. They made like huge cuts to entertainment, and it just makes the wait times even longer because they don't have as many ride operators. So if the wait times are looking longer because they don't have enough staff, the park's going to feel busier and it's going to feel like you're waiting longer because they're not staffing it correctly.
So some of the tricks they use, and reading the article too, we've experienced it firsthand. One of the things you'll notice too is like, especially on the dark ride, is like if you ride the Haunted Mansion, there's different speeds at which the Haunted Mansion can go. And you know it when you get on the Doom buggy, you'll know that it's like what speed it's going at. Either you can whip through there and your eyes won't even adjust to the darkness, and then sometimes it goes at a nice pace and you can see everything when you go through there because it takes the time to do it. There's things like that that they can do to speed up and slow down the rides so that people can be it can service larger amounts of people, basically.
Mhm.
In some rides, they have a second whole thing, like in Pirates, there's 2 different boats that you can get into. Sometimes that one side's not being staffed. So what it talked about in the article was that they've slowed these rides down, so they're not running at full speed. Now, one thing is, obviously, if they're not being maintained, they can't run at the higher speeds because they break down, so they slow them down. Another thing is, obviously, not enough people in the parks. But you can also see that in Disney Springs and stuff and downtown Disney. It's dirtier than it used to be. Even within the last few years, you can just tell they're not staffing it and you don't have people to clean. It's kind of returning to the Eisner days. I remember the last time I went really before we started going was around 2000. And I remember going to the parks and walking around and it just being disgusting. The ground was dirty. There was trash on the ground. Like, it wasn't what it was like when I returned, when we returned to Orlando, but it's kind of rolling back to those errors where they're just understaffed and they're not keeping it clean. Well, it goes back to they're trying to force it to look like the wait times are longer, right? So if the ride is slower, you're having less people move through it. That means there's more people waiting in line. That means the time to ride goes up, so your estimated ride time goes from like 40 minutes to 2 hours. And then they're selling lightning lanes on top of that to try to mitigate your time in line. So they're basically artificially inflating wait times in many different ways
Mhm.
to make more money off of you in lightning lanes.
And I think what's interesting about the lightning lane system is that you can only book a lightning lane without buying, like, they have a premium one, which I'll talk about in just a second, but when you purchase the lightning lane, I think it's what, like, 30 bucks a day per person for, like, the entry level, whatever, which doesn't include your top tier rides, right? It only includes so many rides. You can only, like, let's say you have Pirates and you can only book Pirates once that day. You can't book it twice. Whereas on the old Fast Pass system, if you just wanted to book Fast Passes all day for Pirates, you could go into the app and you could book a Fast Pass for Pirates. When it was the you put your ticket in and it spit out a time, you can go back as many times as you want and, like, put it in and get your little paper ticket fast pass. Can't do that anymore with the new lightning lane system. Now, for $400 a day per person, you can get unlimited whatever for every ride. But that is a lot of money. But if you want to
Well, and
ride,
on top of the ticket too, so it's
yeah,
400 plus you have to actually pay for your ticket to
which
get
is
the
about
perk.
150 to $200 depending on the time of year that you go
Yeah.
and what park you go to too. Sometimes Magic Kingdom, I think it goes as high as like 250.
So they're doing all these things to artificially, like, inflate. And then another thing too that they talked about in the article was getting rid of I call them time stallers or time killers, you know? They're basically like, the presidents. You go and see the presidents, you sit down, you watch a show. It's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. You go in, you see the whole show. That takes, like, 45 minutes or whatever it is, 30, 45 minutes, and it's just wasting time. You're sitting in an auditorium and you're just kind of enjoying the show. They're removing all of those. If you think
Mhm.
about the Riverboat's Gone, that was a time waster. That was a big,
Tom
big
Sawyer's
time
Island
waster.
Island was also a big time
Yeah,
waster.
that was a huge one.
You could literally
Now
take your kids over there and let them go run.
Now, Tom Sawyer, obviously, at least when we were still going there, was definitely not being
Right.
used very often, and it was not being used. Honestly, it would like close almost like right after noon time. It felt like now it was like 2 or 3 when it really closed, but like it would feel like you'd go over there to go there, and it'd be like, oh, we're already closed.
Yeah, they would definitely be closed by 4 o'clock
So
every day.
so it kinda goes back to what the author was talking about. They're artificially doing these things to make it even seem more busy and more, like, cramped. You're going into parks that have less people than they've ever had, yet you're feeling like it's cramped and it's
Mhm.
overpriced, and they wanna blame it on social media, and they wanna blame it on, "Oh, people have more money," which obviously isn't the case right now with everything going up, and they wanna blame it on all these things. It's kinda like the DAS situation, if you look into them, it's very similar. So
Mhm.
it's clearly a PR move to try to, like, blame certain people to mitigate it from the actual, like,
Mhm.
board, really.
It's kind of fascinating just watching the evolution of theme parks and, like, how things have definitely changed since we stopped going 6 years ago, which is kinda crazy that we have not been, well, I guess may no, I guess we have been
Sweethearts
back.
Night was our last time we were ever at a Disney park was Sweethearts Night.
Yeah,
That was February of, like, 2 years ago.
2023, I think, maybe?
Yeah, 3 years
Yeah,
ago, wow.
yeah. Um, and before that, we went to Epcot. We went to Epcot Thanksgiving of, like, probably 2023, I think,
Mhm.
and we have not been back to Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom or Hollywood Studios at all, but we were just talking about this the other night. Animal Kingdom is under some serious construction right now.
Yeah, I mean, rest in peace, dinosaurs, you were a great ride. I
Mhm.
enjoyed you, even though you busted my knee a bunch of times
You
'cause, it
did.
was tall. I liked you. I liked you a lot. I missed it. I miss going and see the ketchup and mustard tubes, it was fun.
And it's kinda crazy that that entire, like, dinosaur land is completely, so, like, an entire land of Animal Kingdom is
Yeah,
just
you think they're supposed to have mystical creatures. I mean, technically Pandora's there, so you could cheat and say that
Texas
they
kinda
have the
counts
mystical
now, but
features, but they didn't even have that when it launched, and then they had dinosaurs at least. And now they don't even have dinosaurs. And now it's gonna be like Encanto House
Yeah.
and Indiana Jones. And while, whatever, the last Indiana Jones movie didn't do well.
Mm-mm.
So you can't say they're doing Indiana Jones to get the kids because the last movie was really, really bad.
And you know the reason why they're doing Indiana Jones, right? It's because the ride, Indiana Jones the ride, not the coaster, but the ride, is the exact same track
Yeah, right.
as
Yeah, I
Dinosaur.
get
So
that.
basically, they can just retrofit that ride and basically bring that IP over from the other coast, and now we have Indiana Jones, which I personally I like Dinosaur. I didn't maybe it needed an update.
Oh, for sure. I mean, even when we were riding it, the dinosaurs typically there'd be at least one or two that
Yeah.
didn't work.
I mean, a good update, a good overhaul, like, I think there was still a way that they could have kept it. But nonetheless, so that whole land shut down. I did hear that and then, there's another area in Animal Kingdom. It's the animal station where you get on the train and you go to the little it's like an
Oh,
outpost.
Rafiki's.
Yeah, Rafiki's village. That is going down.
Yeah, and then the whole drawing thing that they're doing, I think that's
That's
studios, though.
studios, yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that in a second. We'll get to that in a
So,
second. I don't wanna jump ahead.
as of right now, that's a good third of the park
Yeah,
under construction. So if you think about it and how what we were talking about with crowds, where are those are crowd eaters. Rafiki's village is a crowd eater. Dinosaur Land, they had like a dig site and like a playground area where kids could just go play. That's a time eater.
yeah, and the arcade well, I don't wanna say arcade. What do I say? Like, fair games that they
Yeah.
had too, those are time eaters. Yeah,
So all of that's
all that's
gone.
gone.
So all those people now are just in the main area of the park.
So you think if, like, half of the park disappears, even if the same people are there, it's going to seem more crowded.
And they just reopened Bugs Life last year with the Zootopia overlay. That's not really I mean, that's disappointing.
Yeah, from everything we've seen, that looks really, really disappointing.
So for rides, all that is left that is actually a ride is the rides over in Pandora. So you got the boat ride, which don't get your hopes up if you haven't done it. You've got Flight of Passage, which is absolutely amazing, but those wait times I can only imagine are insane right now. Everest, you've got the water bucket ride, and I believe that is it. Safari and the safari. That's it.
Yeah, Kilimanjaro so far. Yeah,
That's it. You got 5 rides. So you're gonna spend 150 to $200 a day if you were just to pay for it to go to a ride that the park that has 5 rides. 5 rides.
yeah,
And don't get me
yeah,
wrong, you can do a lot of, like, more chill stuff there. They do have the Finding Nemo show. They do have some, like, pop-up performers, like, in the Africa Village, they have, like, these pop-up performers that come around and sing. They do have, 2 different nature walks that you can go on where you can see, like, tigers and bears and antelope and all of that. There's 2 separate ones that you can do. So you can do those. And they do have, like, some other shows and stuff kinda spread out, but
yeah.
and they closed that park early too. That park now it used to stay open late, so you could see all the glowy lights in Pandora, and then they rolled that back recently, and I think it went back to closing at like 6 or 7 o'clock again.
Kind of defeats the whole purpose of the Pandora Land. I'm sorry, it really does.
So that's Animal Kingdom, you know.
Yeah,
But going back to Hollywood Studios, what you were talking about, they there used to be animation studios at Hollywood Studios way back in the day. That's where they had their main animation studios. It was actually really cool. I remember doing it when I was a cast member there, and then when I would go and visit when I was younger. It was kind of tucked back away. They took it out and they put Star Wars. It was like a Star Wars meet and greet
Premiere
area.
Day or something like that they
Yeah,
called it.
where you can meet Kylo Ren and Darth Vader, and they had a couple of, like, cute little sets and whatnot,
Mhm.
and then when they opened Galaxy's Edge, I don't think people really thought to go to that side of the park to get more Star Wars stuff. They're like, "Why am I going to Galaxy's Edge?" And then that didn't make sense. So, in the revamping of the park, they have now shut down Docking Bay and are bringing back Animation Studio, back to the same place it was to begin with, which is kinda crazy.
Yeah, but they're not gonna use actual animators this time. It's gonna be basically Josh Gad is recording his voice, and then you're basically gonna have a walkthrough with him, yeah,
So you're just gonna
as
watch
Olaf.
somebody.
As Olaf, yeah.
You're just gonna watch somebody.
You're just gonna watch Olaf draw, and it's, like, cool.
It was always cool to actually see somebody actually do it in real time instead
Right.
of like, I can go on YouTube and I can learn how to draw Mickey.
Yep. You're going there to actually see an actual animator do, like, cool stuff.
Yeah.
And that
So,
that
while I'm happy they're bringing back animation to Hollywood studios, I'm not happy in how they're bringing it back.
yeah.
But again, also they redid The Little Mermaid show. Heard that. That got revamped.
Yep.
Not just I think reopened recently,
Yeah.
very recently. Um, what else? I think they also got rid of like they used to have the stormtroopers would like march, but now that they have Galaxy's Edge, they don't march anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
Aren't they supposed to
yeah.
be oh, and they're supposed to be rolling back the timeline for Galaxy's Edge now?
It's supposed to be, I think, more fluid now, I think, 'cause, you're supposed to be able to see, like obviously, Mando's been there for a while, which really muddies up the timeline, uh, but they're actually supposed to be bringing back the, like, OG characters, I believe, and stuff too. And Luke Skywalker did make an appearance, I think, last year in Disneyland's, so, who knows? They don't seem to be able to make decisions or stick to decisions, and a lot of the decisions they're making haven't been going over well, so
But yeah, so overall, it seems that this whole ploy that they're doing is to artificially inflate the times, artificially make the parks look busier than what they are, and inadequately staffing for what the numbers are to actually alleviate the stress on the patrons. And you're paying more and you're getting less. So, personally, I think unless you get a deal with like they do Florida resident passes for Disney World and they do SoCal discounts if you're like in Southern California. I think outside of that, I just don't know if the proof is in the pudding. I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze.
yeah, we don't know. We're still sort of making that decision. Let us know what you think down in the comments because we would love
Because
to.
before all this happened, we talked about it in the car on a live stream, I think,
We did.
about
Yeah,
buying annual
we
passes to
were.
Disneyland.
Yeah, we were in a live stream going across
The desert.
desert, the desert, and we were talking at length about whether we were going to buy annual passes or
And I
not.
think we were coming back from Sweethearts Night.
And I don't know if it was Sweethearts Night. It might have been.
Oh, it was Oogie Boogie
Um,
Bash, I think.
I think it was an Oogie Boogie
Yeah.
Bash because we were talking about they were just about to put the statues inside the Orlando theme parks, and we were talking about them too during that car ride, and we were considering it, and we even thought about moving back to Orlando. That was kind of where we were going before we paused here,
Yeah.
and it just didn't
Didn't
suit us anymore
didn't
to say.
pan. Yeah, it didn't pan to be everything. We still love Orlando.
Yeah,
We still visit Orlando very frequently, but I don't know if it's in the cards for us to go back to
who knows?
Orlando still. We're
Who knows about even about moving? That's not. But even just going back to the parks, we haven't really decided yet. It's still something we talk about regularly off camera, sometimes on camera, but most of the time off camera, like whether we want to go back there or not. I love doing theme park vlogs. That's one of the easiest type of vlogs to
mhm,
do. It's so simple, and the day almost like leads itself.
mhm.
Like it's like, what do you want to do? And that sort of leads through the whole vlog, and it's really fun being able to do those.
'Cause when you have an annual pass, you can just show up,
Yep.
and it's kinda like if you looked at your friend, you're like, "Let's go to the mall today and go walk around," right?
I've really enjoyed the opportunity to go to Universal. Like we didn't visit Universal when we lived in Orlando, just because it wasn't located close to us. If you live by Disney, it's a little bit of a drive to get to Universal just because of traffic and stuff.
Yeah, it's like
So
middle.
So we were hesitant to do that very often, but we've gotten the opportunity now to kind of explore it more, and we're having a lot of fun doing that. And then Knott's, we wouldn't be so open to Knott's Berry and Six Flags if we
Mhm.
still had Disney annual passes. And honestly, those have been a blast too. Knott's is amazing. If
Yeah,
you
we love
if you
knots.
go out to Anaheim and you're going to Disneyland, it's definitely worth it just to check out Knott's because it's such a fun and different atmosphere, especially Ghost Town. I love Ghost Town. It's really cool.
They do a, is it like Founder's Day? They do something in, like, the summer that is basically where they have, like, all of the characters, like, dress up in, like, old-timey stuff, and, like, they go around Ghost Town and, like, they talk to everybody.
Hi, Zanika Francis.
Francois?
Oh, that's a really cool
Zanika
name.
yeah, that is.
Really cool. I like that.
I will say, "Hello, welcome to the live stream."
But yeah, and I love the vibes of the ghost town too. It's really kind of neat. And then of course, after you get done with Knott's, make sure you check out the chicken dinner. It's not
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
the best, like some vloggers will say is like the best thing since sliced bread. It's good. It is really good, but it's not like the best fried chicken you're.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend the salad. The boysenberry dressing, not great,
Hey, and if you want an adventure though, go for it. Go
but the
for it.
chicken soup on a cold day.
Chicken soup is good. The biscuits with the boysenberry jam, those are fantastic.
Which I guess since we're talking about knots, we can, I guess, maybe segue just a little bit to talking about the boysenberry
Oh
festival.
yeah, we were gonna talk about that. Yeah,
So
45 minutes in, we're just getting to boys.
we're just getting to boysenberry. Okay, so boysenberry festival. If you don't know what boysenberry festival is, it is knots. So
We loved it last year.
when knots
Loved it.
started, they are, I guess, the original theme park. Is how they like to frame themselves, is that they are the original theme park. Take that with a grain of salt for whatever it is that you wanna take it for.
I mean, in California,
Yeah, I
I
think
think park.
I guess. They started off as, like, a little food stand that turned into a restaurant,
Well, it started out as a farm that they then decided to make some food and sell it, and then it sort of, and then he
and
started adding attractions to get
to
people to
keep
come to the
people, yeah,
restaurant.
busy while they were waiting for a
Yeah, and it sort of
table,
just kind of snowballed from there.
and it just built, and boysenberry
Was their thing. They
was
created
their
boysenberry.
what yeah, that is their thing,
Yeah.
and I think Knott's Jelly, I think they are Knott's Jelly,
Okay,
but
yeah.
they eventually sold the
That's what
rights
it
for
Yeah.
the jelly part, but boysenberry is, like, a huge thing for them, so it's kind of like if you went to Epcot Flower and Garden, or if you went to
I will say it's up there as food festivals
oh,
just because
it's better than Epcot,
it's
I would
so
say.
it's affordable. It's not that expensive, so it's on the affordability scale, but also the food portions are nice
Huge.
and really tasty.
If you want to, you can go back and you can watch,
The last couple years.
the last couple years, we've gone 2 years in a row now. And we went a few times last year
Yeah.
to the Boysenberry Festival, and the weather is perfect.
Yeah.
The weather is beautiful, and the portion sizes for you can get a tasting card, which covers, I would say, a good 70% of the food that they have at the booths. There's a small portion of
Yep.
the
That are
food
like
that you
key
have to pay
component stuff. Yeah.
additionally for, but you can get a tasting card. I wanna say the tasting card was, like, 50 to $70, somewhere in that range, and you do get a pass holder discount if you have a pass holder. Um, and we shared one each time because I think we got, like, 6 tastings on each card,
Yeah.
so each of us, we would just get one and share it, and again, get one and share it, and we actually couldn't even get through all of the tasting cards last year, I think. The second one we bought, I don't think we got through all of the tastings on it. One lady was like, she's like, "I got 3 left, who wants it?" Because the portion size are so big.
You can also use them on alcoholic drinks too. So
Mhm.
if you do drink the adult beverages, you can use them for that too. So there's some options there too.
Here's a legit tip though, if you do the Boysenberry Festival and you're going with 2 people and you're like, have one person get the tasting card and use it for alcohol. Have another person get a tasting card and use it for food.
Yeah.
Because the alcohol, I think, is somewhere around 15 to $20 if
Yeah.
you were to
Typical theme
pay.
park alcohols. Yeah.
So you definitely get your money's worth by your 3rd drink.
Yeah.
And then you can just split that drink if you want to, if you're the sharing kind. If you're not the sharing kind, I mean, do what you want. Maybe get a tasting card each and get 3 drinks and 3 meals. I don't know. That's just how sometimes we like to do it.
Yep.
That's how Lost Girl sees it.
That's how Las Vegas season.
But yeah, Boysenberry Festival is back. So
So
I
what's
am
coming?
going. Oh, go ahead.
So what's coming? Yeah, you're looking up what's coming at Boysenberry Festival. Sorry, just checking the audio. We don't have headphones like we normally do with podcasts. So
Okay, so this is what somebody sent was on the tasting card for this year. And this is just a few highlights. So over at the Goldmine Trail booth, which is over in Ghost Town, I believe, by the Goldmine roller coaster, they have spicy boysenberry bulgogi over steamed rice with green onions. Now, if you've ever had bulgogi, it's basically like ground beef with like a lot of different seasonings. So good. HelloFresh. I used to make that a lot at
Yeah,
HelloFresh, and it was good. Another one they have is barbecue meatballs over mashed potatoes with green onions. They're really pushing the green onions this year. Not really sure why, but they are. Last year they had a Hawaiian roll with a boysenberry garlic butter, and we thought it was going to be a sweet treat.
savory
It
treat.
was a savory treat. It was a good savory treat. We really liked it, but we bit into it. We were like, "Oh, this is not what I was expecting," but it was really good. Another thing that they have, we did have this last year, boysenberry beef brisket over mac and cheese. That was good.
That was good. Yeah, that mac and cheese,
That was
tasty.
really good.
Yeah.
They have a boysenberry sautéed mushroom with creamy vegetarian orzo. So if that's more, they do have like vegetarian and vegan dishes if you're somebody who doesn't eat meat. So that is still a thing you can get there. They have a boysenberry sherbet paletta. I don't know what a paletta is, but there's paletta is everywhere at the Boysenberry Festival, so I'm sure we're gonna figure out what paletta is. That seems to be the theme this year. We're going with paletta.
Yeah.
They got some boysenberry blonde, boysenberry wine, boysenberry sangria, boysenberry seltzer. As you can see, there's a theme. Everything's boysenberry. There's a berry and vanilla cider that actually sounds really good. There's a boysenberry and lemon hard soda that sounds really good. We also have a boysenberry pistachio bar, whatever that is, because I think like Dubai chocolate was like a big thing, and I don't know why they're not calling it Dubai chocolate. They're just calling it pistachio, but whatever. At the other booth, the Miners Mac and Spuds booth, which I think was like all the way in the back last year, they have a mango berry smoothie. Doesn't sound bad. They have a boysenberry and dark chocolate frozen banana. That actually sounds really good to me.
Hmm,
Double stuffed baked potato with boysenberry barbecue brisket. Also doesn't sound bad. Spaghetti and a mini garlic boysenberry bread bowl, which I bet you they took that boysenberry bread and decided to put spaghetti in it. That's what I'm thinking that is.
maybe.
They also have a no bake lemon and boysenberry cheesecake. That doesn't sound terrible. We have this one sounded good to me too when I saw it. Boysenberry and blood orange lemonade.
Hmm,
That sounds tasty. Gourmet cinnamon and oatmeal cookie with cream cheese frosting and boysenberries. Maybe. A boysenberry bear claw, boysenberry and chocolate matcha mousse cup, a boysenberry meringue tart, boysenberry and pineapple upside down cake, a boysenberry shortcake sushi roll. Sounds like they're trying to make frushi without calling it
yeah.
frushi.
Someone went to Epcot.
Somebody went to Epcot, or they
Yeah.
took somebody from Epcot. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm all for trying it.
That's over at the bakery. Over at Mrs. Murphy's, we have kettle chip nachos with boysenberry brisket. Brisket
Always.
seems to be a thing.
Yeah, it always is that. That's an interesting. That sounds interesting.
Chicken sliders with a boysenberry coleslaw. Sounds good. Crispy chicken wings with a boysenberry sriracha dipping sauce. Now,
Mm.
we had the boysenberry wings last year. I did.
Oh, magnificent. Not the same wings though.
No,
So
it's a
it's not.
different. It's this is clearly a different wing, but the wings were cooked really well.
Oh, the wings were my favorite thing. I think one of my favorite things last year for sure.
Um, then we got some like fish stuff.
The one thing will say too, if you're interested in the Boysenberry Festival and it's kind of on the fence about it, you think it might be sweet, like everything's going to be sweet. It's not. There's a lot of
Mhm.
savory stuff, and a lot of the stuff, like the spaghetti, I'm sure is going to be savory, even though it does have like a boysenberry sweetness to it.
A lot
It'll
of it
still
you
be
couldn't
very
taste the
savory.
boysenberry
Yeah.
too. Like it was kind of like
Yeah, you can go watch the video. There's some stuff that we eat, and it's like, "This is really good, but I don't really taste much boysenberry in it." So it's kind of like an interesting thing to dive into and see how they kind of mixed all the food together.
okay. So next thing I'm interested to try pork schnitzel with a boysenberry chutney.
Mm, pork schnitzel.
Schnitzel. They also have Dippin' Dots, which we tried the Dippin' Dots the first year we went.
Yeah,
They weren't bad. They were
I'm
Dippin'
not a
Dots.
big Dippin' Dots guy. Just I
Dippin'
don't know.
Dots takes me back to my childhood
I'm
of
not hating. I just don't know. I've never been into them. You get like the weird coldness of ice cream, but you don't get like the smoothiness of it. You kind of get the. It's just different.
So yeah, I think that's what's on the front of the Knott's card. They didn't take a picture of the back. Yeah, so that's only like half the menu. They didn't take a picture of the back of it, which I thought was interesting. Now, if you do want the pass holder discount, if you are a pass holder, you do have to purchase it ahead of time, I think online to get it's really only like $5 off.
Yeah, it doesn't make much
It
of a
doesn't make
difference,
like
but
a huge
yeah,
difference.
it'll
So,
save you a little bit of cash.
it is highly possible that we will probably go because April 12th is the last day of this festival. So if we want to go, we're probably gonna have to go.
Yeah, that's how that works. If you wanna go, you're probably gonna have to go.
I felt like it was 2 months last year, and this feels like it's only 1 month.
Mm,
Maybe. Maybe it's 6 weeks. I don't know. Because we were able to squeeze in two. We might be able to squeeze in two visits if we go when we fly in this weekend, and then if we go again after this next contract because we'll have some days off.
yeah, we'll see.
So maybe we could get one more in. Yeah, we probably could. I think I'm team repurchase pass.
We'll see when we get there. We'll see what we decide.
How much were they? They're not like it's really not an expensive pass.
I don't know. We'll
Let's
look into it.
let's tell the peeps. You guys want to know how much a pass is? I think it was oh yeah, and now you can't use the Knott's pass. You have to do everything through the Six Flags app. In case you were wondering. It used to be that you could go through the Knott's app separately, but
There is no Knots app anymore.
yeah, the Knott's app is gone. Now you have to go through the Six
I actually
Flags
thought the
app.
Knops app was better than the Six Flags app too. So I haven't really dove into it since our laps because with Six Flags it only goes from January to December no matter where you buy it. So if you buy it in February, you still only get it to December. If you buy it in April or May, it still only goes to December. Unlike with like Universal and stuff, wherever you buy it, that's kind of your renewal date. Uh, so I haven't touched it since December.
You know what's also included in the parks? Schlitterbahn. Schlitterbahn. And if you don't know anything about Schlitterbahn, Schlitterbahn is in Texas. Schlitterbahn is a water park that gotten made some extreme water slides and people got hurt. Schlitterbahn. There's a documentary about it on Netflix. Um, there's a lot of Six Flag parks. That's really all I gotta say. And apparently more than one Schlitterbahn.
Good enough.
There's also a Six Flags in Mexico. There's a couple in Mexico. Here we go. Knott's Berry. Knott's Berry.
What are you looking at?
The pass.
Okay.
So
Apparently takes a long time to find you.
a 2026 Prestige Pass, which gives you all of the perks to all of the Six Flags parks, everything that's within their umbrella, is $300. $300. That is a little bit more than one day at Disney.
Yeah, that's really affordable.
And you get the VIP parking. You get access to their pass holder
Available
lounge.
parking if it's available. You need to add that little
Yeah, it's
asterisk.
available.
Out of all the times we went,
Six Flags never let us park where
only one time at Six Flags did we get VIP. The other times we never.
listen, customer service was worse at Six Flags, I think, than any theme park I've ever been to. But to be and yeah, because we have been to the Six Flags in Atlanta as well, many moons ago. We were gonna try and go last year, it just never happened.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, I was just thinking my favorite time with the dealing with the staff at the Six Flags Magic Mountains. It was so funny. Pretty sure the dude had been gardening earlier because he couldn't understand we were asking to buy. Like when you go to Six Flags, you can get these like year-long drink basically thing. They give you a drink, a cup, and you just keep it with you all year and you can refill it as many times as you want. And trying to get him to understand what we were asking for was one of the funniest experiences I've ever had. I didn't understand like what he was even saying at points because he was, like, so confused, and he was saying that he thought we were asking that it was with our annual pass. We were just asking for the annual pass discount, and so it
Mhm.
was, like, this really funny interaction. By the end, we're like, "Well, thank you." And he's like, "Sorry about that," and it's like, "It's all good."
So you also within the 2026 Prestige Pass, this is pretty much what you get. Obviously, no blackout dates no matter where you go. Free general and preferred parking, limited availability. Access to all Six Flags parks in North America, which we already told you. You get 2 free bring a friend tickets annually, which we talked about bringing his dad to Six Flags because he said he really likes roller coasters. I don't.
I don't.
You get access to Knott Soak City, which you don't get on the other pass, I think. No, you do on the other one. You get 15% off food and merchandise. Obviously unlimited visits through now and the end of 2026, which I feel like would fall under the no blackout dates, but nonetheless. Includes Knott's Boysenberry Festival. They all include. Oh, if you got the season pass, yeah, no, they all include Boysenberry, so I don't know why that would
You're just promoting it because it's special.
one single use fast lane per visit, which we were able to figure out how to use that at Knott's, I think finally. And then we did actually figure out how to use it at Six Flags. We used it to go on the
Gotham Ride.
yeah, the Gotham ride. And then you get a preferred entrance, but it says 2 hours daily. I'm guessing preferred entrance to the park, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't describe what that is. It just says preferred entrance. So I'm guessing it's how you get into the park. And then access to VIP areas, which is like the club,
Lounges.
the lounge,
Yeah.
which was nice because they had free soda in
Well, they don't
there.
have free soda. They have free snacks.
Oh, we
You
have a
have to
drink
pay.
pad.
Yeah,
That's
you have to
right.
get a drink pass. I found that fascinating when we first visited. They don't give away beverages. They give you water though. If you want water, they'll give you
And
water.
cookies and chips.
But you'll get cookies and chips for free. But for some odd reason, soda isn't, and it's like
And
the
it's actually
things.
a really nice lounge.
It is. It is a
It's
really nice one.
quiet.
The,
There's no cell service.
the chairs are comfortable. They have TVs on, so if like a Dodgers game or anything's on, that's
You
on the
can just like
TV.
go in there and hang
Oh,
out.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is what you get for $300. And if you only did the one that was 120,
Are we sponsored? We should just be like sponsored by Six Flags, even though we're not, because we're doing a lot of pushing for Six Flags here all of a sudden. This was not expected. I don't know why she went down this road, y'all.
so we could make the decision.
So we can make the decision.
So we can make the decision. And I think the decision's probably already been made and we'll probably purchase it on the flight because we're gonna, like you said, we need some stuff to do. We do still have
We got filming locations too. I really want to go to the Fast and Furious filming locations this trip.
will we make it happen? We'll see.
Hopefully.
We'll see. Um we also have our passes for Universal still.
Really enjoying those, and we still have a day pass at Universal Hollywood too. So
Mhm. It kicked me out of my own feed. I'm back in the feed. But yeah,
but yeah.
but yeah.
So, transitioning a little bit from theme parks, we were going to talk about Gordon Ramsay experience,
Mhm.
East versus West Coast. So, we have now had Ramsay restaurants in Vegas. We've went to what, 3 restaurants in Vegas?
Yes.
4, because we had Gordon Ramsay burger too when we were
We
at
had Gordon Ramsay burger.
fish
We
and
went
chips,
to Fish and Chips. We went to Hell's
kitchen,
Kitchen, and then we went to
parrot,
Steak.
steak. Yeah,
I think my favorite out of all of them might have been Steak. It was a weird experience.
yeah. We'll talk about that kind of as we're going through the story. I my favorite. I really enjoyed Hell's Kitchen. I really did. The food was amazing. The waiter was fantastic. And like everything we had there, it was just a great birthday experience. Steak was very good too.
Mhm.
The steak was very good. The only one that was semi disappointing was burger, and I just feel like he's just charging too much for a burger because it's
Yeah.
just a burger.
The Fish and Chips place is
Yeah.
really good.
The fish and chip place, and it's the fish and chip place is a little expensive too if you get the lobster for sure.
Mhm.
But it's really good too.
Also, make sure they cook your lobster all the way.
Yeah, the first one, the second one we got did.
So we went those are all the ones on the West Coast
Yeah,
that we've been to. So there is a casino out here that
the Harris
has a Gordon Ramsay
Kitchen by Gordon Ramsay.
kitchen,
By
and
Gordon Ramsay. That's the full name.
There's not a whole lot of Gordon Ramsay in the restaurant. Outside of the restaurant, there's a huge picture of him, but within the restaurant itself, I don't think there's actually.
It's interesting. So if you can go, you can watch our full review on the channel, Lost Girl in Tomorrowland. But it was like this, I would almost say like, I don't want to say this to be mean, but it was kind of Applebee's-esque.
It was very.
Like the decor was very sort of like that modern sports bar-y type thing. And it just was not impressive.
It didn't feel upscale.
You think like Hell's Kitchen, you even think like the Gordon Ramsay burger and the fish and chips all have like this dark colors, and then he has like vibrant lights or like vibrant pieces to it.
Mhm,
This was more like just a drab general color. Like the whole thing was
mhm.
just painted that color with a couple highlights. There was nothing, like Macy said, Gordon Ramsay related there.
It felt
Um,
very generic.
Felt very generic. And we are planning on going back, just so you know, we are gonna
The
try it one more
weirdest thing
time.
that happened the weirdest thing that happened to me in that restaurant was the fact that there was a drink that they had that was non-alcoholic
It's very sick.
that I was like, "I really want this drink, but I want, like, alcohol in it. Can you, like, add some vodka to it and, like, make it an alcoholic drink?" She goes, "Well, I can bring you the drink, and I can bring you a shot of vodka, and you can mix the 2 together
They had a full
yourself."
bar. A full
I'm
bar.
just like, "That doesn't make any sense." Like, why would I pay for a shot of vodka and pay for this other drink when the bartender could literally just make me a drink?
But it's kinda like, like, Long Island wasn't on the menu, so if I ask for that, are you just gonna bring me them all separate and I can mix it myself because it
Weird.
wasn't technically on the menu?
It was
You know,
weird.
I just thought that was strange. That was a strange beginning,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of went weirder from
He had to
there.
send his steak back
Yeah, which happens.
because his steak
It was really well done.
was well done.
It was
It
really
was
well
it
done.
was really, really well
It
done.
was like, if you want well, it was well done.
I had, scallops.
Which is interesting because we just saw that whole story about scallops being fake at a ton of restaurants, so you wonder if this one was fake. But the meal itself was okay. The Caesar salad was tasty.
We have to
Um,
go back and try the beef Wellington. That's we both he got a steak, I got
and
the
steak, you got a
scallops, and
steak.
it was okay. But they were charging Vegas prices for an experience that was not a Vegas experience.
Now I
Like,
love the view of the restaurant, which
yes,
really has nothing to do with Gordon Ramsay kitchen, anything like that. The view was fantastic from this restaurant.
because we were, like, on the 10th floor.
Yeah, we were literally at the top of the casino, and there is nothing around the casino. If you've ever been there, it's basically woodlands on the one side, and then there's like a Walmart on the other side, but that's kinda it. Like, that's it. It's just a very rural kind of casino. And their waitress was okay. It was just weird with the drink thing. That was just rather strange. Um, and I should have ordered the Wellington, but last time we were at steak, they're like, "The Wellington's great, but you should really try one of his steaks." And I was like, "Well, why not?" And I should have just done Wellington.
We're just gonna go back to steak and try steak.
We are gonna go back to steak and try steak, but we're also gonna go back here and try the Wellington.
Mhm.
It was a weird experience. Like, I feel like, um, it was clean. It was a clean restaurant. There was no issues there. It was just the food was just not very as good as you would expect it to be, I guess, is probably the best way to say it.
Exactly. And that was probably I mean, and then we came back to
Well,
talk about it,
well,
and we were just like,
then we also had the sticky toffee there. So we had the sticky toffee at all 3 restaurants. Let me tell you, Paris is the best for sticky toffee. They make the ice cream into, like, this stick that almost looks like butter,
butter, and they make the
and
toffee pudding look like bread.
it's like a buttercream ice cream.
Mhm.
It goes so well with the toffee.
Visually,
It is 10 out of 10,
it looks amazing.
and it looks really freaking cool. Yes, check out that video. We have pictures of it.
Mhm.
It was amazing. That was just amazing. Here, it was a sticky toffee pudding. They didn't give you any of the extra kinda caramel stuff that goes on top of it, so you couldn't sweeten it up if you'd like to. It was pretty much what it was, and it was a little dry. It
It
was
was
definitely a little
disappointing.
dry.
It was
It was fun
disappointing.
seeing the OnlyFans though, girl, on the parking garage
Yeah, we did
doing a
see.
photo shoot.
She had a cute little car that she was taking pictures, and it was cold outside, and she
Yeah.
was not wearing enough clothing for the temperature it was outside.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
Yeah, that was our entertainment.
Yeah, that was our
Period.
entertainment as we were waiting between stuff. So it was just a weird experience. The steak experience in Las Vegas was something. That was one of the coolest eating experiences I've ever had, and you definitely get treated differently when you have a camera. That's all I can say.
Yeah, so she wheeled out the whole, like, steak, uh, board, I guess you could call it, and we found out that it is real steak
They put on the steak
every
every
day.
night. Yeah.
They put on every day. Obviously, they can't sell it, but they willingly waste a whole board of steak so
A
that
lot
you
of
can
steak.
see what type of cut you're getting, which I think is amazing. I think that honestly, if you're somebody who has never if you don't know what to order at a steakhouse or you just don't know, honestly, for a first time, I would go to Gordon Ramsay Steak and I would be like, "Can I please see the steak board?" Because you're gonna get an idea of, like, what kind of steak you're gonna get, because a lot of times, like, you can read stuff in the menu and it says it's this many ounces, but to, like, visualize it and see, like, "Wow, that's a lot of meat," versus, like, you're only getting, like, this much for a filet, but if you get a tomahawk, you're getting, like, this much meat, you
Yeah.
know? So, to be able to visualize it, I think that was kinda cool.
It was neat. The wheel of meat was cool. That was a cool thing to see.
And then they after our meal was over,
Yeah, then I got strange.
they
In a
let
good
us
way.
go basically, like, walk around the restaurant wherever we
Yeah,
wanted
we
to
could go
go.
anywhere we wanted to
Mhm.
go.
They
Yeah.
even let us go back by the kitchen. We
Oh,
didn't go in the kitchen.
they could have let us go. I bet you if we would've asked, they would've let us go in the kitchen.
Probably, they would've let us
'Cause
go.
they were just like, "Where you wanna go?" And then they're literally, like, talking through the artwork with us and, like, showing us
Mhm.
everything, and I'm just like,
Several
"This is
people
so
too,
cool."
not just our
Yeah.
server.
The
And then
manager,
we were on our way out the door, and
yeah,
they were like, "Oh, by the way, do
the
you wanna meet
manager.
the shift
Yeah,
the chefs?" And we were like,
yeah,
okay, and then, like, I went over to them, I'm like, "Sorry that they made you guys come
and the chefs are
this
really nice. Yeah.
they wanted us to meet you, but I just wanted to say thank you for giving me a really amazing meal, like, I really enjoyed it. Thank you again." And they were like, "Oh, we can't wait till you guys come back." And I'm like,
They
"Alright,
looked a little
okay."
disappointing that we got the Wellington, though. They did. They did. They seemed a little disappointed, like we should have tried something else. That's what I felt from the chef, and I get it, because the Wellington's not really theirs. They're just making it for Gordon.
Yeah.
I feel like the rest of the stuff is kind of where they're being more
Did we get the
adventurous.
Wellington too there? I feel like maybe
I think you did. I think you did get the
I
Wellington
don't
there too.
remember what I
I think
got
we
there.
both
I
got the
saw this
Wellington.
sign.
But they were a
Yeah, I
little
think we did
disappointed.
both get the Wellington,
Yeah,
and I got the French onion soup, which I didn't care for because it was different. It was more of what's that dark beer called? A stout.
stout.
It was like a uh, stout braised beef French onion soup,
Okay.
and it was really heavy on certain flavors that I didn't appreciate. But I think if you like, it wasn't as oniony, I guess I should say,
Yeah.
as I.
And it didn't really seal the cheese on the top either. It
Mhm.
was kind of like done a little differently. So
No,
and
the
they seem
bread
really
service was
like the
really
cheese.
good. We
Yeah.
did get the bread service, that was really tasty.
The Caesar salad was interesting because they actually put the anchovies on it, and I'm not really seeing. I know that's the anchovies are always in there, but seeing it on there was definitely a different experience. But it was still good, and the anchovies tasted good.
But yeah, we really enjoyed steak, and the tip that our server told us is to request the upstairs, if we want a more
Private, quiet.
private, quieter experience. Also, you can people watch all the people
Yeah,
at the bottom, so I think I will definitely go back to steak, for sure.
for sure. Yeah,
And people are always asking us, like, what is your favorite steakhouse in Las Vegas? And I have to put steak up there. I think steak and the one at Circus Circus was also really well done
yeah,
for the location. And like, you really wouldn't think Circus Circus would have like an amazing steakhouse, but they do.
they do. Yeah, it's really really tasty. Honestly, the Golden Steer is the only one that's a faker online.
Yeah.
They really are horrible customer service and stuff. It's not a great experience most of the time.
We
From
might
all.
try Golden Steer again one day. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, maybe.
Perhaps. It's hard to get a reservation there.
Yeah.
Next up,
Well, next up, we've already gone an hour plus, so
do you want to talk about Tallahassee?
I mean we can, or we can just move to opening the cards and calling the podcast.
Okay. Let's
What do you
open
want
some
to do?
cards.
Okay.
We can talk about Tallahassee while we open cards.
Okay. Box. We got a box. I got actually four of them. They are the Tops 2026 Series 1. As soon as I heard they had a Mickey Mantle in there, I was like, why not roll the dice? Even though it's like 460 some odd million to one odds. But, maybe we'll get lucky.
We were not lucky with our 2025 World Series Dodgers cards.
Yeah, we did a short, put it on the channel if you watched
We
that.
were not successful.
So when I bought those, I could have sworn that it said you got an autograph card in every one. We just got a Shohei, which at least we got Shohei. We got a Shohei alternative card. So it wasn't as nice as you wanted. All right. So
Oh, those are different.
there's a special pack. We got four trading cards in them. Look at these packs. So you want to talk about Tallahassee?
So Tallahassee was many, 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 many.
Many years ago.
Yeah, we're almost at like 20 years ago, almost. And when we moved to Tallahassee,
We moved for grad school. I went to grad school
we
there.
went to grad school. And what's funny is we spent the first week, maybe 10 days, in a hotel.
Yeah, and if you remember, I don't think it's there anymore. I think it's been torn down.
Yeah,
It was literally like a no-tell motel that was right in the front of the school. So if you go, Florida State's right there. There was like this strip hotel there.
Kershaw.
Oh, nice. Retired Kershaw. Nice. And that's where we stayed. And the funny story is, it's the first time Nacy ever cooked for me. Well, no, not technically, because we cooked together at my house at one time.
Mhm.
But the first time she cooked without me there. And what did she do?
I burned it
She burnt the bagel bites in the
in the
microwave.
microwave.
Yeah, that's her call to fame. Oh, he's doing pretty good. Did her Frenches. He's a good car.
It looks like Didier.
I'm not 100% sure how to say his name, so I will learn
He's a
throughout the
pitcher.
season. He's
He's
a
a
rookie.
rookie
Yeah.
on the Braves, which we just watched them today.
We did. We got to watch a spring training game down in Coolray Park. We went last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. It's kind of a little difficult to get to if you're driving there, just know that, but because it's like in this little community, but it's a really good experience. Future Star.
I always pick out the ones that I like, and then I have him go back through it because he knows more people than I do. And I have like a very
So what was your favorite restaurant in
I got it.
what's your favorite restaurant in Tallahassee when we lived there?
Well, I'd have to say it's either Jim and Milt's
Jim and Melts, all right. They were like a barbecue restaurant.
or the corn dog place.
Oh, Dog It All.
Dog it off.
Yes, Dog It All was great. You got Michael Harris.
What about you?
Oh, I really did like Jim and Melts as well, and Dog It All. I think that but I think I would give Dog It All the lead personally. I just really like the hot dogs there. It's where all the people from the government, by the way, go and celebrate. So it's kind of got a strange vibe to it, Dog It All, but it's really fun.
That's a cool looking card.
Oh, I got a limited number one. Oh wow, I got this one, the American League leaders, and it is 33 of 75.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's a
cool.
cool card.
Sleeve it up.
Yeah, we just bought a bunch of sleeves.
The place that was most annoying, there was this place that did like a rice meals. And it was like a
Mhm.
California restaurant, and they always used to give us grief because she would use my card to try to buy it, and they'd be like, "Oh no, we need to have the card holder here." And so then I would have to like leave the house and go down there to pick up this like rice meal. And of course she loved it, so we always had to go there.
This is like a shiny, but like
Yeah, that's a foil. Isn't anybody
it's
decent?
from the Tampa Bay Rays.
Check it out. Chipper Jones retro card.
Oh, that's cool.
Got me a Brave.
Okay, so out of my first pool, I got a Michael Harris,
Standard card.
I got a Shohei Ohtani, I got the Didier Fuentes, and then I got Clayton Kershaw.
I got a Mookie Betts Profiles by King Griffey
Ooh,
Jr.
I like Mookie.
Mm,
I like the Dodgers and I like the Braves.
I'm sure you got more cards than that. It's a jumbo pack. You should have at least got a couple for rare cards, babe.
I didn't. You can
Just okay, you on it. I can see from here. I can already see shiny. That's a
I
rare
showed
card.
you the shiny.
Yeah, we got Chase Burns, rookie card, retro. Like I said, you got the Nick Kurtz. He was the rookie of the year. She got this card of him. She got a Mike Trout card.
This is why he looks through it.
I don't know who Bob Seymour is, but it's a rookie. So if he turns out good, that'll be worth something.
I guess we're supposed to pull all rookies.
Most of the time, yeah. You got a Trey Turner regular card. Javier Baez, William Contreras. Just regular cards, though. Boston Red Sox, fancy. I
We be ripping cards.
think
Yeah, so you got a lot more like special cards in your pack than I did.
all right, still working through mine. I got a Roman Anthony. He's the guy who just hit the home run, I believe, in that USA game. Baseball BFFs. Who are baseball BSF? Pete Crow, Art Armstrong, and Soya Suzuki. That's a standard card. Uh, Interesting.
So going back to Tallahassee.
Okay, go back to Tallahassee.
So after we left the hotel,
Oh, I got Spencer Strider.
we went to grad housing.
Which is now non-existent.
Yeah,
Mm,
also definitely non-existent. Honestly, that thing should have been tore down before we even got there. It was a little one-bedroom apartment that I think you paid like 300 bucks a month for.
Something like that, yeah. And it was like prison built, so it was like a straight line. Everything was a straight line.
Mhm.
And no air conditioning. So and we had like a what was it, like a queen size bed or something like that?
I think it was a full.
Full. Yeah, that was it. I knew it was really tiny. It was a really tiny bed. And it was both of us sleeping on it without air conditioning in the summer because I started summertime.
Mhm.
Because I was paid to teach there. So you had to go to this like teaching class over the summer.
That was how we lived.
How we lived.
That's how we lived. Was his Florida State money. We was we was broke.
We were broke, that's for sure.
And then we stayed there for the summer, I think. We stayed there as long as we could
Yeah, we stayed there as long as we could.
because there's a little law in Florida that says that you can't cohabitate with the opposite sex unless you are
Yeah.
married. And
For some odd reason, they were stern believers in that.
yeah. So knowing what we know now, we probably could have got away with it.
Yeah, so you couldn't make copies of the key because it said that. But we came to find out that if you just would have took it to the flea market, apparently they would do it at the flea market all the time.
Mhm.
Found that out later.
That's a cool Mookie.
But we still would have had to buy, yeah, that's cool. But we still would have had to buy an air conditioning unit. And we weren't really interested in doing that, gotta be
Mm-mm.
honest with you.
No, we were not.
Like, no, we were not.
Oh, I got an Acuna.
Oh, nice.
Just a standard Acuna, but you know. And so during this time, I got very sick.
You did,
Or
yeah.
at least this was the beginning of me getting very sick. Actually, I think it was going on like a year before.
Yeah, she had lost like all this weight, and then you were getting really like slouchy. Oh, Sean Murphy.
And I was basically drinking like all the time. Not like alcohol. I was like drinking fluids like all the time. and I was peeing all the time, and then I couldn't keep like food down, and it was just like I was getting worse and worse. This is kind of like happening in the background. Blake's no.
That's cool.
And Gary was driving every what, like Thursday to like Sunday
Yeah, I'd go back home and work over the weekends.
back where we used to live, which was like a 10-hour drive. And he would leave me because I had a job, so I would stay.
Oh, I got a weird card here. We got a couple
I
weird
do too.
cards.
I have a relic. Oh, look, I got
Oh, there you go. Nolan Air, not a relic. Very nice.
it's got like a piece of the jersey in it.
I got this guy, Rhett Lauder. His card, but it's like rainbow. He's a rookie card.
Oh, that's a special shiny.
Yeah, that's a little shiny.
It's not a rookie or anything though.
Then I got the Cal Lowry, which is the catcher for the Mariners. I got his retro card.
What's the back of that?
Corey Seager. Yeah, that's a retro card. Corey Seager, that's a good one.
Look at
Oh,
this one.
oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, that's a Bobby Witt Jr. Yeah, card that up.
It like looks really cool. It looks like a ticket.
I got a first pitch card of Elisa Newman, who's apparently a gold medalist from the 2024 Summer Games. That's just interesting. I don't know. I don't think it's worth much, but it's kind of cool card.
Austin Browning. He's a short little dude, but he's got a great ass.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get any like numbered cards, but
You just got a relic card, I say.
so I got sick. Well, was starting to get sick, and we have made the decision that we needed to find alternative accommodation. So we went in search of an apartment that would suit us, and we eventually found this apartment complex, which is still there today.
Good old landmark.
And twas the ghetto.
Twas the ghetto.
It was the ghetto. And was like not very long after I think we got in that apartment that I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Yeah, diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes, diabetes. So, and then that kind of changed the trajectory of our life, sort of, I guess, maybe. But we lived in this little apartment for like 2 years, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And during that time, we acquired my family's cat.
Yep. Fuji. That's her name.
Yep. And then my family wanted the cat back, which was weird. And so we gave Fuji back for like, I don't know, a few weeks, I think it was. And during that time, we got really lonely and we were like, we really want a pet. And so then we adopted Loki.
Yep.
And then the cat came back. My parents gave us the cat back.
Cat just decided to come back.
Yeah. They gave us the cat back. And so then we had a cat and a dog. And then my mom had found like a mom cat with like a bunch of kittens. And so we took one of the kittens and we named her Itty Bitty. And unfortunately, she did not make it after she got spayed. That was
Yeah, she never woke up.
that was that was devastating. That was devastating. Um, but yeah, we had two cats and a dog for a hot minute.
Ooh, this one seems thick.
They, I think they're all thick. And I went to cosmetology school.
Yeah. That was a
Got
fun experience. It was literally right across the street.
got discriminated against so many times because of the diabetes. That was yeah, that was not fun.
That was a learning journey about the diabetes. That and when we first moved to Syracuse was definitely a learning journey about like how to advocate for yourself and
Mhm.
what you can and shouldn't take and
There's a lot of stuff. Um, and then within that complex, a lot of things happened at that complex.
Oh, yeah.
So there used to be so when you would go to the pool,
This
it
is
was
a
it
great
was just
story.
like a really old pool. Like it was just a big square kind of like in the middle of the complex. And there would be this guy who would sit out on his patio anytime females were swimming. And he would just sit on his patio and watch the females swim.
He would literally come out of his house and
Mhm.
just go there.
It was weird. It was weird. Um, our upstairs neighbors were definitely a domestic violence situation.
Mhm.
That was kinda how we knew we were in the ghetto.
Yeah, it was sad. You would, like, hear, like, thumping, like, people thumping around, and then you hear, like, a loud bang, and then about an hour later, or less, 30 minutes to an hour, an ambulance would show up. Kirby Puckett, old retro car.
That's cool.
Got a CJ Cephas, shiny, a rookie for the Guardians. Still found it weird. Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Guardians.
That's shiny.
Yeah, Jose Ramirez.
Jeff Bagwood.
Oh, that's a good card.
And then I got this guy.
Oh, nice. I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Nice. Manny Machado.
Not a lot of Dodgers, not a lot of Braves in this pack.
It was kind of crazy when we lived in Tallahassee. The majority of the stuff that we did, we'd just like walk around the neighborhood all night. That's basically what we would do. We go for walks.
One night we took a walk with Loki and this guy started following us.
Yep.
And I wasn't really paying like that much attention. And we were kind of walking past this one complex. And he's like, "Hey, honey, let's go home." And I'm like, "Huh?" And we walked into the complex so that the guy would stop following us.
He follows us into a complex and like dipped behind one building, just kind of disappeared. And then eventually, once he left, we kind of headed out.
It was weird. What do you think would have happened if we hadn't ducked out?
I don't know. Guess we'll never know.
I'm sure there's an alternative timeline somewhere. Okay, I picked out all of the rookie cards because apparently
Okay. Congratulations.
that's what I should do. This one had a lot of rookies. Those are all the rookies.
Okay.
These are. This is what I found. Got a Schwellen,
Oh,
future star Schwellenbach,
man.
and then Muncie.
Nice.
And then these are the rookies. Carson Williams, Troy Johnston, Shinosuke Ogasawa, Kennedy Corona, Chase Burns, Kyle Backhouse, and Warming Bernabel. Who names their kid Warming?
I don't know.
Warming.
This guy's apparently a rookie too. Samuel Basalo.
Bashalo.
Basalo.
Bashalo.
Jose Ramirez. Sparkly. I think
Uh,
it's rainbow.
but yeah, so that was that neighbor. And then we also had neighbors that lived across the way from us on the downstairs for a hot minute. And Gary had his motorcycle, which we still have. It's down in the basement. But he had his motorcycle hooked up. He chained it to the fence because he didn't trust anybody. And it had an alarm system on it.
I
And
wasn't chained to the fence that night. I hadn't started doing that yet. I did that after this event.
oh, okay. So it wasn't chained to the fence yet, but it did have an alarm system
Yeah.
on it. And he had it parked outside, as well as a few other residents in the neighborhood had bikes parked outside. And we were sleeping we had the windows open because it was cooler outside, and we wake up to the sound of his alarm going off on his bike, and then we hear bam, and then metal scraping on the outside, and we're just kinda looking at each other like, "What? What?" Like, because when you wake up out of a dead sleep, you're dazed and confused, and you don't really know what you're hearing.
Right.
And so we get up really quick and we run outside, and I think you caught, like, the tail lights?
Yeah, I could see the taillights at the end. So we lived pretty far in on Landmark. We lived right before it's almost like a U shape. We lived at the top of the U almost. So you had to like go past our apartment to get in. They had went in, stole all the bikes, and then got to mine, and mine was the last one. Then the alarm went off. And so they took off. And the loud bang we heard was them hitting the speed bump. And when they hit the speed bump, the gate on their back of their trailer slammed and hit the ground.
Mhm.
And yet no one woke up.
Mm-mm.
I'm literally in the parking lot, and our neighbors, they were the building over and up top. He had a motorcycle too. And so I was like, well, his motorcycle wasn't there. So I went up to the door and I'm like knocking on the door. I'm like, hey, no one ever answered. So I just assumed, well, they probably weren't there. I was hoping they were out. No, they had stolen his bike. He just didn't get up. He's like, you should have knocked harder the next day. When I was talking to him, I'm like, man, I'm not going to break your door down. I was just trying to help you. I didn't like, I don't know if you're home or not.
Mhm.
So they apparently stole like 5 bikes. They ended up catching them, according to my neighbor, they ended up catching them in, like, Alabama or something. I don't know if he ever got his bike back though, but I got lucky.
Yeah,
Really, really freaking lucky.
if his bike had not had that alarm
Self-installed, by the way. I did my own alarm in
and
our living room.
yeah, our living room was also the garage
Yep,
some days for the bike. He would do, like, the oil changes in there
yep,
and then I think he did start parking it in the living room for a while after
yeah.
that before we got it chained.
Yeah, before we got a chain, and I just got a big old bike chain that I put on it.
If you can hear that, that is the dogs. His dad just got home. So they're really excited. He didn't get home till late tonight. Um, but yeah, so that was a very eventful event for us in that complex. We also, I think, would get into there'd be some loud noises in that complex.
It was part 10, it was first time. One of the other cool things was, like, we lived right down from the stadium. So on like game days, the entire area would be and football game days specifically, the entire area would be like shut down. So if you wanted to like get out of there or do anything, it was almost like trying to escape prison because it was so difficult to get out of our neighborhood. We'd have to like schedule if there was going to be a football game and we wanted to do something out of the area. We'd have to be gone at like 7 a.m. because
Mhm,
people actually start getting to those football games on Thursday. The
mhm.
games aren't till Saturday, and they start rolling in Thursdays, and they shut down the student parkings Thursday night all the way to the to Sunday,
The joys of being in a college town.
especially a big football team. And we were actually there the year they won the national championship, so oh, that's a really cool that's really nice and sparkly. I didn't realize how sparkly it is. It looks really good.
It is really sparkly.
It's a Jose Ramirez. And they would be there, like, the entire time. It was a fast that in itself is just an experience you should try, if you've never lived in a college town, go to one with a big football team or whatever and experience game day. People would walk past our place going to the stadium and stuff because it was walkable. I actually walked to class, which is one of the reasons why we rented the place because it was really close, and I liked it because of that.
I mean, I don't think there was ever a time I felt like I was in danger in that complex. I mean, I always felt safe there. I never felt like unsafe, but I always thought it was funny. Like my mother would come visit, and just wasn't up to her standards. And don't get me wrong, that place was a shithole. Um,
Oh, yeah.
but it was our first place, and like everything we had was either bought from IKEA or given to us by your parents. We had that couch
Yep.
that your parents gave us. That was from the 90s.
Jerks Profile. So what do you guys think about that, Ped scandal? Another suspension for him.
I got a Mark McGuire.
Oh, that's a nice one. Nice. I got a Colby Thomas. That's neat. Bobby
Bobby
Witt.
Witt.
That's a good one.
So going back to your game day thing, we ordered pizza one time.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell that story. Check this out. Colby Thomas, he played for Las Vegas the last few years. He's a rookie. He's not like a great player. It's just funny that he played for Las Vegas, so we probably saw him play in Las Vegas. How the world turns. Oh yeah, the pizza story was fun.
So we ordered from Hungry Howie's because Hungry Howie's was cheap. I think it was like $5 pizzas or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, you could, like, get so many pizzas and that would be like $5 or whatever.
And it was game day. And so we ordered the pizza. And when we gave the guy the address, which was like across the street, I'm going to be completely honest, it was like a block away from where we lived. But because it was game day, we didn't want to deal with traffic. So we ordered delivery. And we were gonna tip the guy, like, "Thank you for braving the traffic for us." But when we gave him the address, he was like, "You gotta be kidding me." And that was the first ding of what was gonna
Oh,
happen
yeah,
next.
kids back in the day, just in case you're watching this, you had to call on, like,
Yeah, you couldn't order
we had to
from
call.
an app. You had
We were
to
talking to people when we make this order.
Yeah, you had to call the restaurant and place your order, which I'm gonna be honest, I kinda miss those days. Um,
I do too. It was a little it's funner, and they also be like, "Well, this is a special. Do you want
mhm,
this?"
like, sometimes they could, like, actually get you a deal.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, so finally the pizza gets there. It's probably what, been like an hour, I think?
at least, yeah.
And we had to call, I think, to ask where our order was at one point because we were like, hey, like, no, like it's game day, like, we'll get to it. And so it did finally come and they dropped off the pizza and it was wrong.
Like, completely wrong. Like, I think it was a deal, like, you got, like, 4 medium pizzas for, like, 20 bucks.
Hmm.
So we would just, like, throw them in the fridge to eat later. Like, it was kinda like a cost saving thing for us.
Hmm.
And so we got 4 pizzas. Not one of them was correct.
Mm-mm.
And then it was like, and they were, like, completely wrong too. They were, like, supremes and vegetarian ones and stuff that we wouldn't eat. So
Hmm.
it's not like we just ordered pepperoni and cheese most of the time.
Yes.
So it wasn't like we were ordering anything super fancy, but this stuff was, like, stuff that we just don't eat. So we called them back and we're like, "Hey, they delivered the wrong stuff." "Oh, no problem. We'll rush out a new order to you." And of course, it took another hour. We get the food again, and it was completely wrong again this time.
Yeah, I don't know what order they were making for us, but it was wrong.
So we had, like, 8 boxes of pizza, y'all. 8 boxes of pizza.
And they were giving us shit too when we
Well,
would
yeah,
call.
that's what I was gonna say, and wait till we get to that. We had 8 boxes of pizza, and I'm like, "We're not gonna eat any of this stuff. I just want the pizzas that we ordered." So we called back again, and the guy's like, "Well, you're gonna have to give us back those other pizzas." "That's fine. We're not gonna eat them, dude. Like, that's the point. We literally want these, like, get rid of them." And he was just, like, so nasty on the phone.
And so they came to deliver because the guy was like, "I'm gonna come down there
Myself.
myself and I'm gonna deliver these pizzas." And he clearly thought he was gonna like intimidate us or something. And Gary answered the door and he shut up real quick.
It's just like, "Just give me my pizzas, man. I just want pizza." It was just
So that was
the headaches.
a fun thing. We also ordered Chinese food from this Chinese place, and the guy they messed up our order. And when I called back, he's like, "You get free egg roll for life."
We called back, like, the day later. They had no idea who we were.
Yeah,
Free egg roll for life.
learned a
Dried up
lot.
really quickly.
We learned
Really
a lot.
quickly. Alright, a quick pause for my hits. I got a Matt Chapman greatest hits. Pretty cool. Got a Byron Buxton. There's rumors that he might be traded to the Braves. That'd be nice, but he has a no trade clause, so I don't know if they'll get him. I got another one of those cards that I got numbered, but this one's a rainbow one with the
Mhm.
lens. I got a Miguel Cabrera numbered card. I just noticed that
Ooh,
as I was doing this.
numbered cards.
Out of 150, so 26 out of 150.
Nice.
And then I got this one too, an autograph. It is Jacostin Garcia of the Boston Red Sox. He's a rookie.
That might be worth something, so
Yeah, maybe he'll pull something out. And then I got this Dalton Rushing I was going to give you too, future star. Dalton Rushing guy from the Dodgers.
da-das. Um, I didn't really get a lot of hits. I got Grant Holmes.
Oh, I love his hair.
He does have a very beautiful head of hair.
Very nice hair.
I got Yamato from the
That's
Dodgers.
a good one. Just a regular card?
Yes. Sorry.
It's okay.
I pulled rookies. I don't know. I think I did this one because it's like reflective. It's like
Yeah.
a reflective card. Some guy from the Texas team.
Evan Carter. You couldn't just say Evan Carter from the Texas team.
I got a Profiles by Ken Griffey Jr. for Bobby Witt.
You should put that in the hard case.
I got a rookie card for Carson Williams from the Tampa Bay Rays. I got a rookie card for the Orioles, Samuel Basallo. And I think that's it for that one.
Okay.
Everything else I already talked about.
One more pack. And then we got the special pack.
What do you think is a special pack?
I think they're just like rainbow cards.
Mm.
I didn't know that. I didn't know we got special packs on them. So it's all new to me. Marcelo Mayer. I don't know who that is. Future star.
I feel like I've heard this name. Matt Strahm.
Phillies pitcher.
Yeah.
He's an okay Phillies pitcher.
So yeah, so going back to Tallahassee, another fun thing was there was a Mexican restaurant that was across the street in the same kind of plaza where my beauty school was. And they were the place to go if you were underage and you wanted alcohol because they didn't card anybody.
I was already of age at the time, so that really didn't help me. And I just
I was not. I think I was 20,
you were 20, yeah.
going on 21.
Going on 20.
I was 19, I think, when we moved in together. We was babies.
Yep, we were babies.
We was the babies. And so yeah, so I would sometimes go there if I wanted a margarita. And then there was uh one night after our neighbors we liked moved out, these crazy people moved in and they would throw these parties all night long.
Yep.
There was a Big Bird a car parked outside, like literally painted to look like Big Bird.
That's nice. Cody Perez.
No, it's Yuri.
Yuri Perez. Okay.
And then Pedro Martinez.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good judge, too.
Aaron Judge. Matt Olson.
Oh, nice. I should pull up. I don't know. Pull an Aaron Judge. The 2025 Tops All Team.
Yep. And I remember I called the cops on them. Because it was like 4 o'clock in the morning and they were still partying. And I was like, I need to go to sleep. I don't remember what I was doing. Maybe I was working.
So I got a Juan Soto, the admit one, or she got like the Bobby Witt Jr. one. That's pretty cool. Got a Manny Machado. And then I got a Brenton Doyle Shiny.
Shiny.
Shiny. Then I also got a Dodgers card. And then I got this one with me right, and then I wrote Sasaki.
Got one in a hard case or
Yeah, we can.
I got a really shiny whatever this Yuri Perez is. Like he's like super, super shiny. One time we found a TV in the trash. And we were hoping it would still work.
So we could return it because it was pretty new.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like when flat screens just started coming out, and this was a it was probably like a 55-inch flat screen. So at the time, that was like Mac Daddy flat screen. We're like, I wonder if we can get this working and we could like just return it, you know?
Well, we couldn't find the actual, like, product anywhere, so we ended up putting it back in the trash.
Yeah, 'cause we're like, if we can fix, and we thought we could fix it, and then we turned it on and the screen was cracked, and we're like, well, maybe we
Probably
can
came from the
return it.
neighbors upstairs.
And then we're like, maybe we can, probably, maybe we could return it, and then we couldn't find who sold it, so it's just like, yeah.
I got a bunch of rookie cards out of that one, but nothing nothing crazy.
I don't know what are actually in these, but we got two of them.
I got a couple Dodgers out of that pool. Just pulling all the rookies, cause rookies. Rookies. Okay, after I put this in its last little sleeve. Okay. I'll take this. What's your favorite memory from Tallahassee?
For me, just like walks. The walks were fun. I liked walking around the neighborhoods, hanging out with Loki. One time we were walking her, and she couldn't. She just had to go all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and like we're walking, then all of a sudden she was like dragging behind us, and you never got to meet Loki, but she was like constantly like the puller. Like
Mhm.
she never ran out of energy. She was always like hyper. You could literally wake her up at any time during the day and she was ready to go. It was just her personality. So she's like walking, walking, and all of a sudden she dropped behind us like usual. I'm like, come on, come on. And then all of a sudden she just started pooping in the middle of the street. What was the second time? We had bags, but we had ran out. And so she's pooping in the middle of the street. We're like, oh crud. And we had to like run back to the house. And we're
And
like,
go back and pick up the poop
yeah, and
because
then
we're
go back.
good citizens.
Yeah, and it was like a good jog back to the apartment because 'cause they're like, "God, Loki." Ugh. Alright, so I got a Byron Buxton and a shiny one.
These are like thick cards too.
Oh, I got a Don Mattingly. Cool. Oh, and a Ryan Sandberg. What up? Cool, cool, man.
All right, you ready for mine?
I don't know what this is. It's just like a, did you get one of these too?
Mhm.
Okay. It's just a generic advertisement. And then I don't know who Wyatt Langford is. I don't know who that is. Okay. Yeah, ready for this.
Okay, so I got Bryce Matthews. It's a rookie card
Oh,
from the
Astros?
Astros, and
Okay.
it's these are all like really shiny and like reflective.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I got Cal Raleigh
Okay,
from
the
the
catcher. Yeah,
Mariners. Also very shiny. Very these are like thick cards too.
they're shiny.
I got Albert Pujols from the
She
Cardinals.
got Albert Pujols.
Pujols?
Oh, yes,
Pujol. Okay.
Pujols.
I got a signed 5 of 5
Oh, nice.
from Bo Jackson.
You some bitch. Bo Jackson? She got a signed Bo Jackson.
5 of 5. I don't know who Bo Jackson is.
Bo Jackson, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest baseball player that hurt himself and then never could do it.
It's signed.
That is awesome. 5 by 5. That's sweet, man. That's definitely worth something.
Signed. I guess that made this box worth it. Probably.
Shit, that's awesome. Bo freaking Jackson, yo.
Well, what?
Yeah. Bo, 5 of 5. He doesn't sign very often either. That's pretty impressive.
Should I go show your dad?
You can go show my dad if you'd like, yeah, if he's still out.
He's probably still up. All right. Well, that's the cards.
That's how Lost Girl sees it.
That's how I'm gonna put all of these in
Okay.
the hard case. So, hopefully, you guys enjoyed hanging out with us tonight for the last 3 hours.
Yeah,
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun.
yeah, we had a lot of fun hanging out with y'all.
And
I hope you enjoyed our stories.
if you guys want to watch us do more card ripping, by all means, tell us. and we'll do more card rippings because we do actually have
3 more boxes.
yeah, of this. And now that I pulled this, kind of makes me want to like it's like gambling. It is a little he says he don't gamble, but this is like gambling because you don't know what you're gonna get. You like open it and you're just like surprised. It's fun. Opening cards is fun. Also going to card shops and like seeing what you can find is also fun. That's also like another hobby that we love to do is we like to find card shops and just spend hours just thumbing through cards and seeing what we can find. That's like kind of one of our past, which we started doing in New York, not in Tallahassee, but in New York. We started
Yeah.
going to card shops.
Syracuse.
Yeah, which maybe the next live stream we'll talk about Syracuse.
Yeah.
It's a very dark time for us. We don't talk about Syracuse a lot, but we did live in Syracuse for 4.5 years. A long time.
Very long time. Yes. Felt like forever.
It did feel like forever. And so yeah, so maybe the next live stream we'll talk about Syracuse.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this edition of Awkward Chats from March 2026. If you're interested in following our more structured podcast that we normally do every month, anywhere you get podcasts, Spotify, Apple, thank you for everyone that's watching.
Yep.
We appreciate you.
And now I gotta awkwardly get out of the bed and shut down the live stream.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming to the show. We love you. The X in the top corner.